Hello everyone and welcome to Two Left Thumbs. My name's Graham and today I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm playing a game by myself. Not something I typically do on the channel unless I'm doing like a first impression sort of video, but this is a little bit special. I'm playing a Flash game series today. Some of you may have heard of Riddle School and it's by JonBro. Let's see, JonBro right there. This game came out back on March 25th of 2006, so it's creeping up on its 10th anniversary, and I wanted to play through the whole series leading up to that 1-year anniversary. This game was a pretty big deal back in the day, and this series has been influential for a lot of like small indie creators, a lot of Flash game developers. JonBro himself was influenced both by Madness characters and Pico from Newgrounds. I plan to do an episode of my Flashlight series on Riddle School, so I can get into the lore and stuff, all that. And I'll come to that stuff later in that series. But for now, I'm just gonna play through the games. Grown, I've been sitting here for 2 hours straight listening to addition facts, all because I teased somebody. I'm in special class. I don't even have a smart teacher. Right now, I'm as free as a bird in a bird cage. All right, that's it. I'm getting out of this school. What's 131 plus 42 again? I forget. Some of you might not know JonBro as JonBro. He actually goes by Jonachrome now, and a lot of you probably already know him for making One Night at Flumpty's 1 and 2. He also recently made a Undertale tribute called Undercook. So it's a very straightforward point-and-click adventure game. It's very linear. There's not a lot of puzzles and combinations to be made. The graphics are a little bit messy, but it works really well for what it is. Basically, you just click around for fun little jokes and stuff. You can tell this school is low budget just by looking at it. I know for sure this room was never on a designer show. See, so like a lot of it is just goofy jokes and stuff. Like it's kind of just. You basically just click around until you find the right answer. There's nothing really hidden, and the answers are a little bit random. Like here I click the sharpener, that's it. Hey teacher, can I sharpen my pencil? Only one person at a time. So it's not really a puzzle. It's more about just the story and the jokes. To whom the bell doesn't toll, it rings when school ends, which it doesn't ever. Need I say more? A little bit of self-promotion. On the 25th, on the 10th anniversary of this game, I'm actually going to be releasing my own remake of it. As some of you guys might have seen, I did a remake of the old Ghost Motel on its 13th anniversary, and I actually started the Riddle School one first, and I'm just getting around to finishing it because it was a little more complicated, and I am a terrible programmer apparently. I learned that about myself. This game, you can actually beat it in like 30 seconds if you just click directly on the things that need to be done. I'm just kind of wandering around. This is my teacher, Mrs. Coffee, who drinks more coffee than anyone else I know. I love her ridiculous twirling hand and stuff. I also really like everything that is written on the chalkboards here. I've done some animations and stuff in the past where that's like one of my favorite places to insert jokes is just text hidden in the background. Trash sent in by Oscar. Goofy stuff like that. I like hiding those little things in there, and then when people leave comments referring to it, I know they were like paying attention, kind of looking for those little extras. So it's for those. I put that stuff in myself for those types of people, and I'm sure John is the same. That Smiley, she's the only one in school who likes learning. Smiley's also the one I made fun of to be in that special class. You can see all three of these students kind of have indistinguishable genders. Smiley is actually a girl, and that kind of becomes more obvious later on in the series. That's Fred, my best friend and the most bored class member. And finally, that's Zach, who is always very cold. He has no problem freezing the water fountain. Then you go outside here. Oh, I thought the water fountain was broken for some reason. In this locker, in the second part of the hallway here, you can pop open this guy here and grab a hall pass, which you'll need just ahead. I think if you pop in the janitor's closet right now, you get kicked out. Yeah, he kicks you out. Oh, yes. I actually, I forgot to grab... There's a feather duster in a dustbin. Ironic. Now when I go to the janitor's closet, you can select the feather duster and he'll give you a bit of money for it. I've actually really enjoyed working on my remake of this game and expanding these puzzles a little bit. I haven't added a lot of depth to the game, but there's a little bit more swapping and trading that needs to be done similar to that one. You can go in the men's bathroom here. As crazy as it sounds, those are sinks. Just look at the sleek design. I would have thought twice about escaping school if it all was that cool looking. I think this is actually like my favorite joke in the game, is the way that he makes fun of his like sad attempt at drawing some sinks. More just like hidden text stuff. I heart nobody, 5 was not here, orange are my fave color. And 5 is actually, you can see him here, 5 for Prez. And 5 is a popular guy in this school. It's because of his Vote 5 shirt. I don't know if people know this, but this was originally submitted to Newgrounds, and Newgrounds has a 0 to 5 voting scale, and so people would often ask for you to please vote 5. So that's kind of just like a funny way that he hid that in here. Here's Richie, the hall monitor. Hall guard. I wonder if that's like a Canada-America thing to have hall guard versus hall monitor. Yeah, you can't pay him off. You actually, you give him the hall pass and he'll let you through. You cannot go in the women's bathroom. I've really debated whether or not I would add that in my version, and I think I won't. This school has 7 students and more than 50 lockers. No sanity. I think I've actually counted it up, and that is, it's actually wrong. There is Phil, 5. Smiley, Fred, Zach. Richie, the hall monitor. There, Chubb. That makes 7. That's Chubb. There's not a person I know who is as fat and hungry as he is. Yesterday I heard something about him swallowing his refrigerator. And then at the end here, when you go into the cafeteria, here's the 8th student of the school. So I don't know. I think it's kind of funny that when JonBro must have been counting those up on his hand, somehow he's maybe skipped Phil or something. That's Greg, the least hungry and most restful student in school. One of my favorite things about this, here's a funny little joke. He took the outline of everything here, shrunk it down, and put it as a blueprint on the wall. One of my favorite things about this series is seeing its like humble beginnings here, where there was clearly just like the main purpose of get out of the school. That was the only purpose to the game. And as you play through the rest of the series, John does like a great job of really expanding on the characters and stuff. I really enjoy that. What are you doing here? This is just kind of more random guesswork. I actually asked John at one point about this box office, and he said it was just like a dumb joke, you know, this is the school office and box offices are things. I think he said that he was a fan of that joke himself when he came up with it way back when. I think he knows that it's like pretty silly, but he was a fan of it at the time for sure. Whether or not he still thinks that this is like a top tier joke is hard to say, but we've all had those. We think it was just hilarious at the time. I need to talk to the principal. And why is that? So you can say, it's an emergency, I want to tell a joke, my teacher sent me, and never mind. And you can click through all these, but it's I want to tell him a joke. Oh, jokes are always fun, go right in. The animation in this scene is actually quite good, but it's a little bit hard to tell what happens. He kicks over his desk and I think Phil just escapes before anything happens. I used to think that Phil actually got like booted out of the room. And now you get to just cruise right through to the exit. John said before he's not a very big fan of the ending of this game because it just kind of is over. He just gets out of the school. I think he wishes that a little bit more would have happened to Phil after he made it out of the school. Now go read a good book. Nice positive message at the end. Once you beat the game, you can peek at fun facts. Characters in total, 7. That's totally wrong, because there's 8 students, and then plus 3 teachers plus a principal. I really like that he shares things like it took him 3 weeks to make this game, and there's 99 things in his library for anyone who's ever worked in Flash before. The original plan for this game was to escape by way of shooting, that just like he's doing a Madness Pico's School mashup. It would have involved Crinkle's Madness characters, violence, and the use of mildly inappropriate language. The idea quickly died away, thankfully enough, but I still kept a touch I had in the original. On the first classroom blackboard, Mathness is written, which is his little reference to madness. So I've studied this game like inside and out, working on my own remake of it, and so I could have just breezed through it really quickly if I wanted to, but I thought it would be more interesting for me to stop and kind of talk about it a little bit. In future installments of the game, I haven't played them as much, so I might actually have to like stop and work my way through them. But every day for 1 week I'll be uploading myself playing installments from the series, so feel free to stick around and check that out. I'll put them all in a playlist for you guys. Thanks for stopping by, and I hope to see you all soon.